Assalamualaikum to our beloved lecturer, Dr. Siti Rashidah Hanum binti Abdul Wahab. Today we will presenting the Industrialized Building System IBS specialized in project types and calculations. Before that, let me introduce our group mates for the case study. The first person starting from the left is Nur Shasha binti Ahmad Fauzi, Siti Noizati binti Muhammad, Amy Muhammad Islam bin Azmi, me myself Nur Atika binti Mahazir, and last Rabiatul Adawiyah binti Mazmi. Our case study includes the introduction of IBS, backgrounds of the project, the concept and framework of IBS, application of IBS in building, schedule of modular components, and lastly IBS core calculation. Next, we will proceed with Amy Muhammad Islam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amy Muhammad Islam. Today, I would like to present about introduction industrial building systems. The industrial building system was created, implemented, and applied in the aviation construction industry to meet and fulfill demand for global construction, available in this country, and significantly improve the quality and productivity of the construction sector. The IBS system has progressed to a point that is now being used in hybrid construction projects to establish critical national assets like national landmark. IBS also component of prefabrication and it entails the prefabrication of components that are then assembled on sites. Then the components are transferred, located, and assembled into the structure with minimal on-site works. Quickly, construction time, cost saving, decreased staffing relies, more excellent quality of final product, reduced material consumption, better insect safety environment, and low weather impact on the construction progress are just a few advanced stages of IBS. Next, the aim of this research is to identify the components of industrial building system at Seri Jati Apartments, Shah Alam. The objectives they are: first, to justify the concept and framework of IBS in Seri Jati Apartments. Second, to identify the application of IBS system in Seri Jati Apartment. And lastly, to investigate the modular components of IBS and IBS core calculation in Seri Jati Apartment. Next slide, I will to present a background of the case studies. The case studies about industrial building system has been conducted at Seri Jati Apartment. Seri Jati Apartment has been located at Off Persiaran Setia Prima, Precinct 15, Setia Alam, 40170 Shah Alam, Selangor. This apartment consists of 6 blocks, 3 of which are 10 story while the remaining 3 are 11 story with total built-up area in approximately 130 square feet. Seri Jati Apartment construction was launched in 2012 and was fully complete in 2014. As PCG in charge of the project development, the design of this construction apartment is strong suits. The building incorporates the vertical and horizontal duplication of parts.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Noizati binti Muhammad and I would like to present about the concept and framework of IBS. The concept of IBS concept is appropriate for buildings with a straightforward design structure. The concept of the IBS system at the Seri Jati Apartment Setia Alam is a combination of a precast concrete system and steel framing system. Therefore, it is an open building concept because it enables IBS components from various manufacturers. So this is a type of IBS component, which is precast concrete system and steel framing system. We go first with the precast concrete system. The first one is precast load bearing wall. The precast load bearing walls are an entire IBS factor in constructing the Seri Jati Apartment. The horizontal loads are transferred to the shear walls or service core by precast load bearing wall component. The next one is precast non-load bearing wall. A precast non-load bearing wall is a wall that does not support any of the building structure, and it is sometimes called as a partition wall. The third one is the precast concrete column. A precast column is a load-bearing structural member widely used to support beams and slabs. Precast concrete columns are cast and cured on the ground before being lifted and placed where they are required. The next is the precast concrete beam. The precast concrete beam is a load bearing structure that can support horizontal and vertical loads. The precast beam is simple and practical in design. Then we have precast hollow core slab. Hollow core slab is the type of precast concrete slab. It is also called a void slab, hollow core plank, or simply a concrete plank. Next is precast staircases and landing slabs. Precast stairs and landings are constructed and fabricated to fulfill the demand of private, public, and ambulance access in various private, residential, commercial, and also industrial developments. The precast lift core walls. The lift core is a means of transporting from one floor to another in a building. The precast lift core walls are commonly used in a multi-story building such as apartment. And lastly is precast steel roof trusses for roof structure. Prefabricated steel roof trusses are a type of steel framing system. Seri Jati apartment has been used Howard trusses type for roof trusses. Thank you. We move to the next presenter.
My name is Nur Shasha binti Mahfazi. I would like to present about application of IBS system. For the construction system of Seri Jati apartment, it has used conventional construction for the foundation and ground floor construction, but larger part of the building was using IBS method. According to code data scoring, the IBS content score for block 6 of Seri Jati apartment is about 81.9% have been finalized. There are 3 advantages of IBS score for this project. Then, features of IBS component. First, apartment design features. For this apartment, a simple design features have been introducing in simple geometric designs, rectangular grid, and repetitive design. Second, precast concrete column, where the shape of precast column is rectangular and there are 2 sets of precast column used. Next, precast hollow core slab. Seri Jati project have applied fully standardized precast concrete elements for making floor and roof slab. A hollow core slab, or known as a voided slab, was chosen to be used in this project. Next, precast concrete beam. The type of the precast beam is a L-shaped spandrel or called ledger beam inverted. The profile are applied for this apartment. Next, precast concrete wall panel. The type of precast concrete wall used is load-bearing wall panel with 150 mm thickness that act as load-bearing element. For the roof steel framing, for Seri Jati project construction, the type of roof truss used is whole truss type. Last, precast concrete staircase. In this case study, about 12 units of standard precast staircase used and support points layered with sound insulation. Next, IBS suitability. IBS is suitable for use in the machine construction industry, especially for housing where the building functions require mass production. There are some advantages of IBS adoption, include reduced project duration, save costs for workers and materials, and others. Suitability for each component. First, apartment design features have modular coordinate. Wall panels can be fabricated and reduce workers on site. For the concrete columns, it could minimize costs due to intentional manufacturing and flexible in variety of size and configuration. For the concrete beam, it have high potential in consistent connection and construction outcome. For the reinforced precast hollow core slab, it could reduce in safe slab weight and maximize structural stability and act as sound and fire barrier. For the concrete wall, study concrete wall due to reinforced with steel. For the precast concrete staircase, it is accurate and flexible during fabrication process. And last, prefabricated steel roof framing. It is lightweight and could reduce transportation costs. Next, the fabrication process. There are IGM's IBS fabrication process of precast concrete and facilities used, which consists of 9 stations and 14 facilities. Before fabrication, the shop drawings of individual precast elements are need to be prepared. For the first station is pallet cleaning station, where the pallet has been cleaned and free from debris. Next, plotting and shuttering station, where there is a shuttering robot plotting and shuttering on the pallet directly. Third, station is mesh reinforcement. There is an automatic customizable mesh production machine used, and they are more intelligent and convenient because of the adoption of a PLC control system with touchscreen input. For the fourth station is concrete troweling. Use of automatic troweling machine is used for a smooth surface finish. Fifth step, pellet stacker and curing chamber. Automatic pellet stacker is used for stacking the pellet into the curing chamber for natural curing. Step 6, dish shuttering station, where the pellet precast have been automatically deshuttered by the shuttering robot. Step 7, titling labeling, where the titling table is used to title the precast concrete, which is executed by two parallel operating lifting hydraulic cylinder. Next step, or last step, is storage and delivery. There is an intelligent bar-coded storage solution used to accrue the data with its precision and convenience. And for the delivery process, the scanner reads the barcode label attached to the secure precast concrete and access the information from the computer database. Next, connection details. First, column to base connection, where the base plate positioned on the top of the concrete support column ground and bolted to the concrete with headed bolts that are embedded in the concrete. Next, column to columns connection. It is formed by connecting extended bars into a sleeve and pouring high strength cement base grout. Next, beam to column connection. Steel billet connector used as connection, where a bolt is installed through the steel billet to a bolted clip and tying them by concrete. Next, beam to beam connection. The main beam connected between secondary beam and using a tie steel and joined by cast in situ concrete. For the slab to beam connection, the short tie steel are bonded into the hollow core slab units together with horizontal steel. Then the steel mesh and cast in situ structure concrete as continuous topping are applied on the slab. Next, slab to slab connection. There are floor ties used between the slab to enable continuous floor slab and fillet by in situ concrete as shown in figure. Slab to wall connection. The floor slab is placed between two load-bearing walls and the intermediate of floor level connection with a rib and cast in situ concrete. For wall-to-wall connection, vertical joint, there are two joints, vertical joints and horizontal joints. Vertical joints, the walls are bolted together, while horizontal joint, the grouted steel sleeve splice are applied. There are the construction sequence. First, straight foundation footing is applied. Next, foundation wall from the footing to the foundation slab. Third, precast concrete column connected to the straight foundation. Fourth, casting of foundation beam. For the next process is the installation of precast floor slab. And sixth, installation of first floor beam. Move to the installation of precast wall. 8 is installation of prefabricated window, door and staircase. 9, repeat the sequence from 1 until 8, and then casting of roof beams and casting of roof slab and finishes with exterior wall painting and interior tile finishing.
My name is Rebecca Adawiyah binti Mazmi. I want to present about modular component of IBS. First, modular component of column 1 and column 2, they are consist of different thickness. Column 1 consists of 12 unit per every floor. Column 2, 24 unit per every floor. Next, we are going to the modular component of beam. They are using the same types of design T-beam and using the same thickness and depth with different width based on the area. Next, we are going to modular component of wall panel 1, 2 and 3 with same thickness and height with different width. They are using the width different based on the area. Next, we are going to modular component of slab. Slab 1 are using based on the area living room, bedroom and dining room. Slab 2 based on the area for bedroom and slab 3 for the area foyer. Modular component of doors. Doors 1 are using all types room with the material of timber door. The using of 4 unit every apartment house. Door 2 is bathroom and yet they are using the material plastic door, 3 unit per apartment house. Door 3 is emergency door are using in the lift lobby with the material solid timber and occasionally coated with fire resistant glass. There are only one in every floor lobby. Next, we are going to the modular component of windows. Windows 1, 2 and 3. Windows 1 single casement window which consists 3 unit per apartment house. Window 2 double casement window consists 3 unit per apartment house. Windows 3 triple casement window which consists 2 unit of apartment house. Lastly, we are going to the modular component of staircase. They are using the staircase, precast concrete staircase and landing cast in retaining wall. The unit of the staircase is 1 unit per every floor with the floor to floor height 3000 millimeters and the tread and riser are the same, 250 mm for the tread and 157 for the riser. That's all from me.
Next, I will presenting the IBS score calculation for Seri Jati apartment Shah Alam. The maximum IBS score for a building is 100 points. The IBS score are divided into 3 parts, which part 1, structure system with maximum score is 50 points. Part 2, wall system with maximum score is 20 points. And the last one is part 3, which is other simplified construction solutions with maximum score 30 points. The IBS score can be obtained by using the formula as shown in the slides. However, if the project consists of more than one building, the construction can be made by multiplying the percentage of construction area of the respective building with the IBS score of one building. For our case study, the IBS score is obtained by using the formula in the previous slides, where part 1 is 39.1 over 50, part 2 is 18.8 over 20, and part 3 is 24 over 30, with the overall total IBS score for block 6 of Seri Jati Apartments Shah Alam is 81.9 over 100. So that's all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, IBS system in Malaysia has evolved from time to time and many building construction in Malaysia have been adapted with the IBS system. All construction players must adopt or be willing to accept the IBS system if the industry is to go forward. The delays in the construction can be avoided with the implementation of IBS system. Seri Jati Apartment City Alam has been constructed with the IBS system and developed an open building concept. Therefore, IBS should be regarded as a groundbreaking advancement in the construction industry. So, we reach at the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum.